My jeans are ripped. That wasn't there when I bought them. My hair is growing out of control, and I'm starting to get a beard. Quarantine is taking a toll on all of us. But that being said, we still have Magic sets to talk about, and I've been gone for a bit. So let's talk about some stuff. Today, we're covering my thoughts on Ikoria Lair of Behemoths. And let me tell you, this is a behemoth of a set. Now, before we do hop into this, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps me out a ton as a smaller channel. And I'm getting back into this. We're going to be starting to make multiple videos a week. I'm sorry for taking a little break, just a little mental recap, that kind of thing. But we're getting back into this, so let's do it. Let's absolutely crush out some videos. Let's do some amazing things. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but it's fine. So today, like I said, we're going to be talking about my thoughts on Ikoria Lair of Behemoths, but in a little bit of an unscripted format. I'm not going to have a script at all for this video. I did not write a script. Normally for my videos, sit-down videos like this, I would write a script, talk about stuff, and we'll have our jolly moments. But today, no script, unscripted, and we're just going to talk about some stuff, Just some thoughts, some of my thoughts. It might be a little bit of a shorter video, but I want to hear from you guys as well. So if I have an opinion that if I have an opinion that contradicts yours, make sure you leave a comment down below what that was, and leave all your thoughts on the set down below as well. Let's get started. Let's do this. Hopefully you guys are doing well with quarantine, staying safe, staying home, staying healthy. My 3 stays. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Let's get into this. So, Ikoria Lair of Behemoths. We've had some crazy stuff spoiled, and the set actually looks quite fun. The commanders in this set are absolutely ridiculous. I'm loving them. I mean, I like them all. I think they're pretty cool. Now, I just want to reiterate the fact that we were talking about the specific Ikoria set commanders, not the ones in the pre-builts, the pre-cons. So, that's what I'm talking about right now for the moment. But some of the commanders in this actually look very, very fun. So, my uncle and I are always discussing Magic, like almost on the daily. We're always discussing Magic. So, gotta feed the addiction somehow. But we were talking about the set, a little bit of it, and he mentioned a couple things and a couple commanders. There's one that I actually missed when I was doing spoilers or making videos and just reading them on my own. I somehow missed it, and he pointed out to me, and I'm glad he did because I really like it. I also built a commander deck. As you guys know, I sell commander decks. If you don't know, now you know. I sell commander decks, pre-built custom commander decks, not like Wizards makes them and sells them. I make my own custom decks and sell them off. So you guys can check those out. Those will be linked below. We have stuff for pre-order for the Ikoria set, so those will be linked below. I actually built one around this guy. This one's pretty interesting. Lurrus of the Dream Den. 1 white, black, hybrid, 2 of them. 3/2 legendary creature. It can be companion. Each card in your starting deck has a converted mana cost of 2 or less. That's a very interesting concept. Personally, I don't see it being used as a companion for that much, but that's just my thoughts. Lifelink. During each of your turns, you may cast 1 permanent spell with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard. Now, I think it's a pretty fun commander. It seems pretty interesting. This video, though, obviously isn't just me reading off cards that I think are good and bad. That's a little example of some of the commanders in this set. I think they're pretty slick. I like the stuff. So we have a couple new things in this set. We have Mutate, which, not going to lie, seems a little bit like Pokemon. If you watch one of my spoiler videos, I mentioned that, but it does kind of seem like some Pokemon stuff is being thrown in. Mutate, I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if it's going to take off. I'm actually really curious to see how that goes. I'm not sure if a ton of people are going to use it in Commander right away, or if it's going to be one of those things that are kind of just shoved off to the side as it's not that powerful yet. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of Mutate down below. I'm actually curious because I haven't yet found a way to completely break it, or I'm sure people will break it eventually, but I haven't found a way to make it super, super powerful, I guess is what I'm saying. That being said, there was one commander that I did like that had the Mutate on it. I believe it was black, green, and red. No, black, green, blue. I'm not going to pull it up right now, but it had a Mutate on it, and some pretty cool stuff. So some of the legendary creatures with Mutate are actually pretty slick. I kind of like some of them. I think it's going to be interesting in Standard to see them being played like that. We don't really get some totally new stuff like this. Like, this is a completely different thing. So for us to have a completely new thing like this, we don't often see that. So I think this is going to be pretty cool. Another thing that's interesting, another new mechanic, Companion. So I know a lot of people play Commander and they're thinking, well, how can I work Companions into my Commander decks? Which, yeah, there's definitely some sweet ways to do so. Although some of the Companions, like the one I just read, you probably would never Companion it because honestly the negative way outweighs the positives of the card. There is that one card, the Otter card, that I don't know if you guys saw, but it was banned already in Commander. Like, almost the moment it got spoiled, like 3, 4, 5 hours later, it was already banned in Commander because the companionship was that it's a companion, and the negative was that each card in your deck had to have a different card. There could not be two of the same card name except for basic lands, just like Commander. So it was basically a free card for any deck that ran red and blue. Obviously, it makes sense they banned it right away. So that one makes sense. But yeah, some of the other Commanders, companion stuff, honestly doesn't outweigh the positives of the card. Now, I actually tried to build a little deck with it, with a Blink Commander and another creature. Let me see if I can find the creature real quick to read off to you, because I had a pretty good deck idea, but then I realized there's a downside to Companion that I hadn't previously known about, and I will talk about that in just 2 seconds after I talk about this card. So this card, Garuda, Doom of Depths, 4, 2 blue or a black, 6/6 companion. Your Sharon deck contains only cards with even converted mana costs, so I was going to run it as a companion on a EDH deck. And when it enters the battlefield, each player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard and put a creature card with an even converted mana cost from among these cards onto the battlefield under your control. Now, I thought this was really interesting. I was thinking this would be a really cool thing to run. Now, I honestly still think it could be a pretty sweet commander if you could get some blink stuff in blue and black, which I'm not sure how much there is. I think that's more of a blue-white kind of thing. But there might be a couple blink cards in just blue. Not sure. Not a professional. But I was going to try and companion it with a EDH commander that was able to blink, a blue, black, and white commander that was able to blink things. Now, when I did my research, finally kind of laid out which the commander would be, and that would be the companion, I read the companion one more time to make sure I knew what it was, and I actually didn't know what it was, apparently. I completely missed an important form factor of it, and that's that you can only cast your companion one time, meaning it would be put to the graveyard immediately after it dies, and there'd be nothing you can do about it. You can't send it back to its companionship. It's in the graveyard. That's it. Game over. Well, not game over, but your companion is now in the graveyard, which is interesting. I hadn't realized that. So now looking back on Companion, it seems like it could be good, but it's just not quite there. I think for some decks, there could be some useful cards in this set that could be companioned with other EDH commanders, but overall, I don't think you'll see them used too much. I could be wrong. Let me know what you guys think, like I said earlier in the video, but I don't see it being used a ton. So those are our 2 new mechanics. They brought cycling back into the set, which is interesting. I feel like we've always tried to see cycling come back into Magic, like we saw it in Hour of Devastation as well, and I feel like it's just never taken off. They made the cycling commander, I believe, in the Commander 2020 set, so I'm going to hop on over there for 2 seconds here, but they made that cycling commander. I did try and build a EDH deck for it, but I just don't think cycling's quite there yet. There's not enough stuff. Basically what I was looking for is, since you can cycle your cards for 0, I was hoping I could find cards that I could cycle, and when you cycle them, you get rewards for cycling them. Now, there are some cards like that, but there's not enough to make it worth it to build an entire deck around cycling. So I didn't find that useful, and I kind of just put the idea aside, maybe table it for later when there's some more cycling stuff. But yeah, we've seen cycling come into the recent sets a couple times in the past, and it's just never taken off. I don't think it's quite powerful enough. It's good in Commander if you have an extra card in your hand that you don't want and you can cycle it away. That's good. I mean, it's good here and there, but I don't see it being good enough for an entire Commander deck. I'll be interested to see how they build it with the pre for Commander 2020. But yeah, that should be interesting. So, yeah, this set, I think it's going to be played in Standard and pre-release quite well. Might see some cards thrown into Pioneer from it, like the black-green. I'll pop up a picture of it. Can't quite remember exactly, but there's a black-green card that seems like it could have some potential in Pioneer. Seems pretty powerful. It's one of the most expensive cards in the set at the moment. So, Pioneer, I see a couple cards going into that from this set. I see a couple cards maybe being Tier 1 decks of Standard in this set. Pre-release, although we might never see the day of having a pre-release with our buddies on MTG Arena. Gonna be an interesting experience. I can't play it because Wizards needs to put MTG Arena on Mac. Just saying. I've been driving for it for about 6 months now at least. Been the talk of my channel for a long time. Okay. But yeah. The drafting on this also going to be fun. Drafting is always fun, though. I mean, it's hard to not have fun with the draft unless you go super competitive and then you lose every single match of your night. And, yeah, that's happened to me. And, it makes for a not-so-fun night. It's still fun to draft, still fun to open packs and stuff, but it makes it a little frustrating. But, yeah, I think it's going to be an overall good set. I think it's going to be a good addition to Standard, good addition to the other formats. Probably won't see much in Modern. Some stuff probably get added to Commander because there's some sweet commanders. But yeah. And then the last thing I wanted to cover is the what was it? The Godzilla Death Corona, I think. And if you guys don't know, there's a card where one of the alternate arts, I'll also pop up a picture, is the Godzilla line, and it's Godzilla Death Corona, which they actually had to take out of the set because of recent times. I can't really say much more than that, or else YouTube's going to be like, hey, no. So, yeah, as we know, stuff going on. They took it out of the set for obvious reasons. It is in the first print run of the set. The current rate of pulling it, unsure, but it is in the first print run of the set, aka if you get a booster box that has a box topper, you could get it. And it is an uncommon alternate art, so honestly, I'm wondering how the price is going to go on that, because currently it's $150. It was $500, dropped quite a bit. I'm sorry if anyone bought it at $500, but honestly, I didn't think it was going to stay that high anyways, especially with it being an uncommon. But that's kind of the thing. I'm wondering how it goes with an uncommon. I wonder if it will drop down and settle around 20, 30, 40 bucks, or if it's going to stay at like 100 bucks and kind of just sit there. So I don't know. Interesting collector's piece, though. Definitely going to be a good one to have if you're a true Magic the Gathering just collector. Maybe you play the game too, but if you really like collecting the cards, that'd be a cool one to have. I was actually thinking it'd be pretty cool to like frame it and put it in the background, like right over here on this wall right there. It'd be kind of cool. I don't know. So that's pretty much my thoughts on Ikoria. I think it's going to be a pretty overall good set. I hope we can play it at some point in person with people and not in self-isolation on MTG Arena, which half the population can't play because it's on Mac. It's not on Mac yet, but I'm not annoyed. No, why would I be annoyed when I'd love to stream MTG Arena on Mac and play for you guys to play. Maybe every Friday night we play for a couple hours, but I'm not annoyed. Okay, anyway. It's going to turn to a whole side tangent. So I'm going to end off the video here. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any opinions of yourself, leave it down below. If I missed any big topics, which I don't believe I did, but I might have missed a couple things, leave a comment down below. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. So I will see you guys in the next video. More videos coming soon. I'll have a video on Commander 2020 coming out in the next couple of days. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys all later. Peace out. See ya.